Women are getting nuts, you guys. I'm not actually sure how I feel about this one. Hi, what do you see? He sees something. Do you see the birdies outside? I love you. Did you know what catching print is? And that there's type A, B, and D? They skip C. Like, where's the C? It's part of D. It wraps around. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to actually kind of make a serious post about this, though. There is a male loneliness epidemic apparently happening. And I think this kind of just speaks to whether you agree or disagree with whether people should be doing this or not. I think it speaks to the frustration that we're seeing on the women's side of we have been sexualized our whole lives. You know, remember telling what a cup size is? Let me see if I can tell your cup size. So this type, this print, catch and print with these types, it's the same thing. It's just women are now Uno reversing it towards the men. And the men aren't appreciating it very much. And now they're crying foul and saying male loneliness epidemic. And the only reason that the women didn't have that that we couldn't say female loneliness epidemic was because we were all forced into marriages by society because we were told that's what we were supposed to do. And to say that you're lonely inside of marriage, people be like, what do you mean? You're married. Talk to your partner if you're lonely. We can't. Okay, I can. My guy listens. I got one of the unicorns. I'm so lucky. I told my daughter a couple months ago, I said my threshold for my standards for men was very, very low. If you could make me feel kind of safe in the beginning, I would probably just, yeah. And I was very lucky that it was my husband and not some jerk. I was lucky because I really had low standards about what I was willing to accept. Kind of like this guy. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. He's a menace. I love him. But we couldn't say we were lonely inside of our relationships. Women weren't allowed to say that. And if they did, often the response was, well, then have babies. Create a little community around you and then go find other moms with babies and continue to create a community. But at no point did men take responsibility for the fact that women were dissatisfied within their relationships. Now women are doing something about it and they're Uno reversing on the men, and the men are like, oh, I don't like it. Oh, you don't like the way the shoe fits, huh? I'm not saying it's right. I'm also not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that there's some awareness and some lessons there. If you're part of the male loneliness epidemic, you need to actually look inward and ask what it is that you're not bringing to the table that women are looking for. Because it's not about catching print. We really don't care about your dick size. That's really not, I don't care about that. Most women don't. We care about connection. And if you cannot be vulnerable with yourself, that means you can't be vulnerable with your partner. And if you can't have empathy for yourself, you can't have empathy for your partner. And if you can't open up within those vulnerable spaces, you're kind of emotionally, you're a bit of a lemon. And women connect through emotion. You don't like that the shoe is on the other foot, but you don't want to take responsibility for how it got there either. It's not a male loneliness epidemic. It's a lack of accountability as to why it is that you guys all got here. And as we start talking about the boy aquariums and catching print, and you guys are like, oh my God, could you just imagine if it was a guy that said this to a girl? Yeah, I'll have. We don't have to imagine. We deal with it every day. There's no imagining. We're just ready to fight fire with fire at this point. And as a married woman with a unicorn man, I am here for it. Women deserve more than what men have traditionally given in relationships. Is it a male epidemic loneliness? No, it's not. It's a female loneliness epidemic that is now turning into female empowerment of screw you, we'll just do it ourselves. We'll just figure it out ourselves. And we'll just push back on you what you've pushed on us. Because maybe you need that B-slap of awareness. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, just really understanding why. So it wasn't a male loneliness epidemic that started all of this. It was a female loneliness epidemic as a result of lack of connection from the men in our lives and from society itself, because it is a patriarchal society. And women just got tired of it. And now y'all are paying the price for that. So instead of getting mad at the response to your behavior, change the behavior. And then maybe women will start to change theirs. Not that we should have to. We never should have been put in this position in the first place. But if you actually make it safe for us to be who we are and not constantly sexualizing us, I'm pretty sure the response would start to change. But until you guys figure that out, don't expect any better. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, but there is some accountability that does need to be taken from the men's side of things. Love you.